Hi guys, and in today's video I'm going to show you the steps that I take to maintain my control pads for the Dreamcast. I have done this in the past with like Sony PlayStation ones and Mega Drive ones and things like that, but these ones can be a bit finicky at times because it's just the way the control pad's built. With the triggers and stuff, you get loads of grime in here. So I'll let you have a look if I can get it to. As you can see, there's some gunk in the buttons there, and at the sides as well. You can see, yeah, in there as well. I mean, there is a little tactic that you can use. You can either get like a bank card or something, just score it in the line and get all the dirt out. But I'm going to show you the steps that I take to actually cleaning the control pad thoroughly. So I'll take the VMU out and the rumble, and the first step that I do is the wire. Okay, so that's quite grey, so I've just made up a little sort of like bleach solution, okay, and a fresh microfiber cloth. So you want it like, obviously you don't want to get bleach all over the place, so I just squish the cloth. Make sure it's wet. That'll do. And then you can see how clean that is, okay? Then just go along the wire and you'll see the crap that comes off this. Don't worry about it, but see, look at that. Look at the shit that comes off that, okay? So again, you just want to do that a few times. Don't worry about the bleach, it's not going to do anything to the controller. I mean, you can always do like a fresh clean cloth with just water and wipe it again. So again, just keep doing that. Look, it's still coming off. So it won't make them look new, but it'll take off all the grime. It will take off all the grime that's on the wire. Okay? And put some pressure onto the cloth so that you... Okay? And that should do that. That looks good actually. So, it looks a lot better. You'll notice it, if this video's not any good, I'm trying to get good lighting from a video so that I can show you, and I'm really struggling, so... Apologies if it's not what you're expecting, but I'll try my best to show you. Okay, so that'll do that. And the good thing about bleaching the cloth is it takes away the dirt as well sometimes. So, right. So, next step that I do is in the port. Okay. Now, you can use, what's it called? Isopropyl alcohol on this. But I just basically get a near cotton bud and just clean them ports out, because you'll be amazed at how much shit gets stored in here. Okay, so just in there, it's not too bad, and also wipe this as well, because this collects gunk as well, and sometimes that's the cause of your Dreamcast resetting. So yeah, it's a good idea to clean these as well. Because, as you know, where the battery is on the Dreamcast, inside the console, it's got a reset transistor or something. And sometimes these controllers trigger it off to reset the console. So, yeah, I'll clean these out. Okay. Right. And now to dismantle the controller. Now, these aren't too bad, they're not too bad to take apart, but... I do have an electric screwdriver, but unfortunately I've not got the adapter to... unscrew them, so... I'll just try and do this as fast as I can. I also clean the screws as well. You can use, it's going to sound a bit weird, but I won't do it on this. You can actually get, you know, Harpic. You can actually put a bit of that into, like, I put them in a shot glass and just leave them for about 20 minutes, and it takes off some of the corrosion on the screws. But it might take away the black painting on the screws. It might. Okay, so we got them all. Yep, so there you go. Step to the screws, put them to one side. And as you can see, there is quite a bit of gunk in them. And at the triggers, if you can see that. So, and in there as well. That actually looks like it started to get mouldy. So that's probably one of the controllers that I bought in a bundle. So I'm actually glad that I've found that, because that's not good, is it? So that's got loads of gunk there. You can see where the sticker's been. You know, so I just dump it in there, a little bit of water for a couple of minutes. Well, not a couple of minutes, just dump it in there. You just add a little tiny bit of soapy water. I'm just going to get one more thing, one sec. Right, so what you want to do is old toothbrush and just start cleaning. Take this off first. You don't want to get this wet, yeah? So you've got another one screw at the side here. Okay. We're also going to check the PCB as well for any corrosion. And that's why it's a good idea to take these controllers apart, especially with the age of them. And just remember that you've got one silver screw there as well. Okay. Now I leave there's a step that I use. That's your analog. Your D-pad. Got gunk in it. Dump all that in the water. Take this off. You can't put this bit in. Put your analog in the water. And the rest, you can actually take this off as well. So the rest goes in there. Let's try and get this off. This can be a bit finicky, this bit. There you go. So you could take that off as well. Okay. So there you can see all the gunk in there as well. And at the D-pad. So put that in there. Okay. And then the next step is, that's your VMU, your rumble pack compartment. Put that in. Now we're going to check this PCB, see how it does. So you can actually disconnect the wires on these. That's quite easy, you know. Just be careful, because the solder will be old. And I'm just checking that as well. You see all the gunk on that? So you could put that in the water. I'm sorry, I'm just chucking them in. I'm just used to doing this. Okay, and you've got a little, this is your little balance for the D-pad. Don't lose that. It's only a little tiny thing. Okay, you don't need to clean that. That's fine. You don't see that, but these little membranes, you need to clean them as well. Right, so we'll have a look. And all I'm doing is looking for any corrosion. So basically just any like patches. Patch marks on the soldering. And I don't see anything there. So we'll check the opposite end. And it does, this PCB looks fine. So yeah, that's fine. So with these, you can take these off if you want, but I don't take them off. I just give them a wipe down. Okay, so I'm going to use the opposite end of this cloth because it was soaked. So just give the triggers a little wipe. And there you go. They're done. Okay. I mean, you see people, you know, using different processes of, like, isopropyl alcohol and stuff like that. That's fine, you know, but the stuff that you can use in the house that gets your controls up just as good, you know. So there you go. So that's got a bit of gunk in there, but it's nothing too bad. So yeah, there we go. And just check them. They're fine. And this is how your triggers work. These, I'm going to these little chips here. It's just little sensors. So as soon as that touches or goes near it, that activates it. Just a bit of knowledge for you. So we'll check this along here as well for any corrosion. It seems to be fine. The ports actually seem to be fine. It's the same sort of process. You can either use, just use an earbud in there, cotton bud, sorry, and then there, dry one if you want, or you can use like a can of air and just squish it, you know. So there we go. That's how you do that. So let's get all these parts ready. Let's get them all clean. Right, so first things first, you want to just start off, you're just scrubbing everything. You're just giving everything a good clean. It's not rocket science, but there is people out there that are like, they want to clean stuff, you know, so, and they want to, so yeah, just give it a good clean. And at the sides. Right. Now the process that I use for drying them out is a hair dryer. I use a hair dryer to dry all the parts out. I even do it with my computer keyboard as well. When I wash all that out, I use a hair dryer to dry all the casing. Okay, and then this is why a toothbrush is so handy for these controllers. I can really get in at the bits. Just in there. And then at the D-pad housing. See, it's really good to use a toothbrush on these. Okay. I hope this video is okay for you. I hope it's if I'm going through things too fast, just let me know and then I'll do a more in-depth one if you want. But I think you've got the gist of it, what to do, so. And then here, this is why these toothbrushes are good, because they can get in at everything. You know, in there. And in there, and at the buttons. And if you've ever wondered why sometimes the Dreamcast buttons stick, it's because that is rubbing against this plastic, and you get a white substance on the buttons. That's what causes them to stick. So if you clean that, you won't get the stickiness anymore. Your buttons won't stick. Just give that a rinse off. And that looks really good. I had loads of gunk in there, if you can see. That's how you do it, guys. Okay. And then the back one. So in here, there's loads of gunk as well. This is why you leave it into soak for a couple of minutes. Don't just like start scrubbing straight away. Things have got a soak in it. In there, in the groove there. Don't be shy with it, you know, you're not going to damage it. It's fine. And that water's quite murky already, so. And I think that's about it for that bit. Just give it a quick look over. Some grime on the side there. You can also do the, was it the retro bright? You can actually do that if you want to, but I've done it on a visual memory before and it took like a day, but I'll do that when they're really looking disgusting, which that's going to be a long time with me anyway. So, and your little analog stick, give that a clean in there as well. Give that a good clean. And then your buttons. So, in there, and at the A button. Okay. That looks good. Yep. And then we've got the B button. And then we've got the membranes. This is for the start button. Don't scrub them with the toothbrush. Just put them in the water. Give them a little clean with your fingers. You don't want to scratch off the black membrane. So I just lightly give them a clean. You know, don't be too rough with them because you can actually split these in at the button pads. So just be careful with them. And same with that. Now this will be a two-part video, guys, because I'm going to get the hairdryer and that set up. I just didn't have it in this video because I don't have enough room in here. So, you know, I need to get the extension lead and plug it in and stuff. So, and I've got these lights at the side to help. So it will be like a two-part video sort of thing. I'll join it in as one, like, you'll know. Right, so taking the D-pad out like that. Let's have a quick look, see if it's alright. Yep, that looks fine. And the start button. And that's it for part one, guys. So in the next video, it's not gonna be as instructive as this one. You know, all it is just drying the bits out and then putting the controller back together and then testing it out to prove to you that it works. You know, don't be afraid to use water. Just watch the PCB, put that to one side. Okay, so thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to comment, like and subscribe. Take care.